Hello, everyone. Welcome to Two Buds One Podcast, episode 36. I am your host. You know what? That was such a horrible thing. We're not doing it over then. I'm going to keep this in. I am your host, the Techno Jelly, and with me, my co host, Alchem Games. We are 2 weeks
Hi.
away from the last episode. Alchem, how have you been? The vacation went okay?
This
Question
is
mark?
the last. Oh my god, this is the last episode?
No,
Or it's gonna be?
no, I said it's been 2 weeks since we did a last episode.
Oh, I thought I misheard you so badly. Okay.
Yeah, no,
I've been good. It has been a while.
it has been. It's like 2 weeks, basically.
Mm-hmm.
So, there's been a lot to catch up on. I decided, I wanted to, not be too topical and stuff like that, catch up in a couple of weeks, have a thing. But I think on the most up to date news, something happened literally yesterday that I wanted to talk to you about. Because both you and I play this game, or have played this game before.
Oh.
And I was curious, when I sent you the topics, did you notice anything funny or interesting or something that came out to you?
I noticed. I noticed one of them. One of the things you sent me in the topics was literally just the title of one of our podcasts.
Oh yeah, that is true.
One of the chapters we did.
That is that true, but that was for a different
Like,
reason. Funny enough, that's not what I'm talking about. But
okay.
that's not what I'm talking
Yeah,
about.
right.
But that is true. I just I didn't even do. I just did that subconsciously. But what I did see is that, did you know that Fortnite is releasing on the 11th, so in 3 days, a first person mode called Ballistic. It's going to have ranked and unranked, and it's going to be a 5v5 competitive game mode where one team tries to plant a bomb.
Yeah, I saw that. I kind of shelved it away in the back of my mind. I'm like, this isn't gonna work. It's too good. It's at first I kind of just like brushed it off. I'm just like, Fortnite is too goofy, and this gameplay is too serious for the current demographic that it aims for. So I
I
don't
don't
think it
know.
would work. But then I then rethought about it, and I was
The
like,
thing
wait a
is that
minute,
Fortnite's
no.
audience is so huge that there's gotta.
Exactly.
And you know what it is? I bet there's a lot of people who play Fortnite who would rather play something like Counter-Strike or Valorant or even Rainbow Six, but their friends play Fortnite.
Mhm.
So
That's
this
what I
is a
think
great
too.
work thing. If you want to, here, I can send you the link. This is Fortnite's official post about it. And it looks interesting because they're making a brand new map for it. It looks like a Counter-Strike map to me. It looks like a Counter-Strike or a
It
Valorant
definitely
map.
looks. I saw that. It definitely
Just looking at the mini map of this map, it looks like a Counter-Strike mini map or a Valorant mini map.
Mm-hmm.
And it's even got the B. It's even got the B this way signs and stuff like that. It looks Counter-Strike, but in Fortnite. And it's round based. There's a rift point device. It's the bomb. And yeah, it's the one cool thing is it's first to 7 rounds. So it's best of 12 technically, or 13. So it's very short. Very short. Because the one thing I do agree with the Fortnite audience is that you don't want a 30 round grueler like in old school Counter-Strike. Even Counter-Strike nowadays, it's 24 rounds. Same with Valorant.
Short, yeah.
So they're
Yes.
significantly shorter, and I actually think the 24 rounds in Counter-Strike and Valorant are really smart, because it also means that there's less save rounds, if you know what that means, if that term what that means for those types of shooters. Because I always found that, even watching or playing, I always found those rounds really boring, but now people are more enticed to buy every time, or at least fight for the rounds. You only have so many rounds to give, which is nice. But even in the description of this game, Alchem, you start the game with the pistol, 800 credits, kills get you credits, you keep your weapons and items when you survive a round, planting the bomb gives you more money. You have smoke grenades, flashbangs. You could drop weapons. You can pick up weapons. You've got 3 assault rifles, 2 shotguns, 2 SMGs, and a sniper and 2 pistols. I think okay, you've probably played more Fortnite than I have. Does flashbangs and smoke grenades exist? Did they make these items for this game mode? In regular Fortnite,
there's smoke. Yeah, in regular Fortnite, there's at least smoke grenades, but there is no flash.
Yeah, I think
that's new.
They made the flashbang.
They made the flashbang probably for this mode.
Yeah.
So I don't remember there ever being a flashbang. I do know that there has been like a smoke grenade kind of thing.
Yeah.
But not a flashbang.
What's also interesting is there is some of the gadgets from Fortnite in here. For instance, there's the proximity mine, the bubble shield, the recon grenade, the regular frag grenade, and the impulse grenade. The impulse grenade is going to be crazy in this.
Oh God.
Yeah. And but you also
I just remembered.
Oh. Go ahead. Sorry.
No, I'm just thinking the possibilities with the impulse grenade in this kind of close quarters.
Yeah. I mean, even looking at the map, just looking at the mini map, it looks bigger than a Valorant map because Valorant maps are actually very small. They're deceptively small, I would say. And from what I can tell, it looks like the size of a Counter-Strike map, and Counter-Strike maps are actually, there's a lot of, like, don't get me wrong, there are close quarters comparatively to Fortnite, of course, but, like, there are some open spaces that I can definitely see this impulse grenade be crazy. Like, one of the moves you can do in CS that is, like, kind of known for is, like, the jump boost thing. I don't know if you've ever seen that, where 2 players stack on top of each other, and the player that is on top of the other player jumps and moves at the same time, and the other person at the bottom moves at the same time, and it keeps your momentum so you can fling yourself across. It's really hard to do, honestly, if you don't understand what you're doing. Oh my God, you've changed.
Yes, I have. It was so sudden. I'm sorry.
It's okay. But yeah, I don't know about you, but I'm totally gonna try this out. I'm gonna be like downloading Fortnite again just to try this out.
Oh no, I'm definitely.
We should play together. It
looks really, really cool.
We should play together someday.
Definitely. That'll be actually real.
Actually, wait. Okay. Voice chat isn't a thing in Fortnite, like with random teammates.
No, it hasn't.
So
never has been. So
that's gonna be weird. But then again, I don't know if I want to. I don't know if I want to hear voice chat in Fortnite with. Look, no offense to 12-year-old kids, but I don't want to hear you. There's a reason why I stopped streaming Valorant a lot.
Wow.
Yeah. Actually, funny enough, for the most part, the majority of the toxic people that I found in Valorant were actually 30-year-old guys. So, actually, most of the kids were totally fine. Honestly, some of them, okay, I say fine. A lot of them very high energy, and I don't understand what they mean when they're talking to me. But like toxic, no, not really. Honestly, they say words that I'm like, I understand that that's an English word, but I don't know what you mean. Please talk to me like you're talking to your parents. I'm dumb.
Jelly doesn't understand.
I don't get.
You need to understand brain rot.
I don't understand brain rot. I don't get it. But it's okay. I've been too old for this for like 5 years, so I'm totally understandable for that. I've set my place. I think another big thing is I'm just curious how the first. I'm curious how the first person even works for this, you know? Because like.
Oh wait, hold on. I didn't read that. I didn't read that it was going to be.
No, it's first person.
What?
This is a first person only game mode.
Oh, it does say FPS.
Yeah, it's FPS. Crap. It's an FPS mode. That's like the big thing. They're revealing their first person mode with this new game mode in early access on December 11th. which is
It's
crazy. I mean,
oh,
even in the brief trailer, it shows like the weapon, like people reloading the guns, and it's actually kind of insane. So like,
also
go ahead.
this if this does a good job, like if this say this works well gameplay wise and first person shooter wise, this I said this before where Fortnite is slowly strategically trying to become the every game.
It is. I
They've
mean,
already had rhythm games.
it
Yeah.
already kind of is the every game.
Yeah. Yeah. We talked about this before. It
Yeah.
was like I mentioned before that they have rhythm game. They have
Yeah.
the racing game, which kind of fizzled out, but people still play. They have the creator mode where people have made so many different things in there
Crazy
that
amounts of
they're
stuff.
just enjoying it. Um,
Crazy amounts.
you have all these different events that they do, and if they do FPS, then there's going to be a lot of innovation that's going to be done via the creator stuff if they allow the people to create stuff with the FPS mode.
Yeah.
So,
So the here. Okay, I'm reading into this. So first of all, just I think you and I just assumed, but this is no build. Of course, you cannot build.
oh my god! Imagine if they had
Imagine if you could build mode. That'd be hilarious. Terrible, but hilarious. But all the skins,
It would be terrible.
it supports all existing Fortnite outfits, back blings, kicks, wraps, sprays, and emotes. It doesn't support pickaxes, trails, instruments, vehicles, and jam tracks.
Okay, I mean
That
makes
makes
sense.
That
in
makes
this kind of a
sense.
game. Yeah.
And it's okay. There's something else I wanted to say. Like, it's just crazy that this is going to be like this. There's only one map, so that's going to be interesting. But it's crazy to me that it's going to be ranked and unranked. And it's also full on Counter-Strike or Valorant. Like, there's spray pattern. They added spray patterns to the guns and everything, from what I can tell. So it's going to be crazy. It's interesting because like
It is gonna be
you can show spread first person, show recoil first person. Yeah, it's interesting. Definitely interesting. I don't know if I ever want to play ranked in this game, but I'm definitely going to be trying it out.
I definitely want to try it out because it does look interesting, at least from what little gameplay that I could see.
Yeah, I mean the thing
At least right now.
is that like we know this type of game works, you know, that's not in question. A first person 5v5 tactical shooter, we know that works. But like what is Fortnite's twist on it? And the Fortnite twist is that it's Fortnite. You know?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm curious how the gunplay is going to be cuz like okay, the gunplay of Fortnite isn't bad, but it's definitely not like complicated. So I wonder how like I see spray patterns and stuff like that in terms of like the guns and like I wonder how much they've dug into that. Because like if they've gone full Counter-Strike and it's fully memorizable like spray patterns, then that's like insane because that's also a lot to code. Like that's a lot. And I'm just imagining, I'm so curious because the Fortnite, you've seen the Fortnite skin I use. It's the one that Kisu bought me. It's the slime. Are my hands gonna be slime in first person mode? Like that's gonna be so weird. Like it's gonna I'm just so curious because there's so many things in Fortnite that they've already technically supported in this. And I think the funniest thing, honestly, Alchem, is that with the creative mode you've said, if this mode becomes really popular and it becomes like a staple mode, more maps are so many possibilities because you already have the creative mode in it. You don't have to be a crazy map hacker in order to make a count for Counter-Strike. You don't have to understand Source 2 and stuff like that. And Valorant doesn't let you do custom maps. But like Fortnite is all about saying, okay, you guys go crazy. All they need to do is like, oh, if this map is popular enough, it's going to be put in the real ranked queue or real unranked queue. And I can't wait until someone just remakes all the Counter-Strike maps. I can't honestly. One of my favorite things.
Oh my god, they'll include the chicken.
They'll include the chicken, and Dust 2 is going to be in this game 100%. Dust 2 is going to be released for this this game mode.
Oh my god.
They'll call it Sandy Map 2. Sand Map 2. And I think I'm just super interested, honestly. I can't wait. It's coming out in 3 days. It's coming out on Wednesday. So that might be my stream. I don't know if you want to join me for that, but whenever it comes out on Wednesday.
I might try.
Yeah, we'll see. The problem is that luckily it's Fortnite, so I don't think the servers will be fine, but we'll see how the launch goes. Interestingly, it's not being launched in Korea and Russia. I don't know why specifically those two regions, but I guess if you're in those regions, that sucks. You have to do like workarounds probably, but it's every region but those two. It's weird that Korea isn't in it. Wait, I'm trying to find out. I thought I just read that, but yeah. At launch, Ballistic will be available on all platforms and regions where Fortnite is supported, with the exceptions of South Korea and Russia. I wonder why. That's strange. There must be specific like terms or something like that. I mean, okay, I kind of understand Russia, but it's more strange about South Korea in my opinion. But yeah, so that was one story that I was like, huh. I honestly wasn't expecting this because I knew they were working on a first person mode because they've been talking about that for years at this point. But it's so funny to me that the reason that they've been working on this mode, or the way they show off this new first person mode, is we're now Counter-Strike. Or we're what Valorant wants to be, or something like that. So to go from Fortnite to a slightly different tone, Night Road actually sent me this, and he said, hey, you might be interested in this. And I said, yeah, I'm kind of interested in this, and this would be a good discussion topic as well. So the former PlayStation boss, Sean Layden, talked about 100-hour games being mismatched. And in the quote, it's, I haven't even opened Red Dead Redemption 2 because I don't have 90 hours.
Oh.
And
this was actually something I was thinking about.
Yeah. And I want to say I understand where he's coming from, but I disagree with him. Simply because, for the fact, some of the best-selling games in recent years have been Baldur's Gate 3, Cyberpunk 2077, Witcher 3, and Elden Ring. All those games are 50 hours plus, easily.
Yes. And
I feel like this is him, not to like, put him in a box of a type of person, but I think he's kind of not misunderstood or forgotten. A lot of people who play video games really care about getting value for a game because they buy one video game a year, basically, or they buy like one to maybe 3. Even people like you and me, Alchem, where we're not crazy rich or anything like that, but we play multiple games. We play way more video games than the average person does every year. And like,
he's missing a very important point.
The majority of the players buy one video game because video games are expensive nowadays. And if you're going to tell a person, hey, you're going to buy this game and you're going to get 10 hours out of it, a lot of people wouldn't buy the game because of that. But if you buy a game and say, hey, there's 100 hours of gameplay in here, a lot of people would buy it on a principle from just that alone. I feel like,
Yeah.
Because like a lot of the things of like, yeah, you don't have 90 hours, but that's because you're an former PlayStation CEO. Like
there's time to play devil's advocate. That's why I have the horns now. He did miss the point with some games, but there is some aspect that he's kind of right about.
Yeah.
The part he's right about is time, available time.
Yeah,
some
it
gamers
is going
back
down.
in the day when I had more time,
Yeah.
when I had a lot more time, a game that literally said, "Oh, this game is 70 hours of gameplay. It'll take 80 hours to complete. It'll take 100 something hours." That was like, "Oh, yes, please. I perfect. I could do that." Because back in the day, I could basically go through a game that was like a good 7 to 12 hour gameplay.
Oh
I'd be
yeah.
done that either in a night or over the weekend.
Yeah.
And I felt I may have gotten a really cool experience because the game was great. It was good gameplay, good story, but I felt empty because I'm like, oh, well, that was $50, $60 down the drain.
Yeah.
And so I wanted more substance,
Yeah.
or I wanted like at least more
Just
quantity
more.
or time
Just
wise.
more, honestly, most
Yeah.
of the time.
I will say he is he's looking at the aspect of I don't have time to invest in this long story, but there's also the aspect of you literally play a little bit and you keep going little by little.
Yeah, that is
But
strange to
I
me.
mean that's
Like you don't have to play
he's
the entire game in one night, guys.
yeah,
Like
yeah. He's
I
missing the point that it's supposed to be a good game. Doesn't matter if it's like 5 hours to 150 hours. If it's a good game, then it's worth it. I mean, he's missing the point there.
yeah.
It's all about the enjoyment and the experience. And he's looking at it like it's like, oh, it's not worth my time, huh? Like, if you don't want to play it, you don't want to play it. That's all.
Yeah.
Not because of the time frame.
It is also a very AAA problem as well because there's tons of indie games that are 5 hours of like the best game you've ever played, but it's only 5 hours and you can only play it once, you know? And I'm not saying like that is not a negative thing. I'm saying if you're making the best 10-hour game ever or the best 1 hour game ever, like I mean like one of my favorite story-based games honestly is oh god, it's a walking simulator and I forgot the name of it. It's the one where it came out a while ago. You're like a guy that goes to the forest and you're like a park ranger for like a weekend. Firewalk.
Oh,
Firewatch.
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 Yeah.
Firewatch is like a 2 hour long game. And like maybe 3 to 4 if you like really slow down and just like take in the atmosphere. And that game at the time was I think half price. So it was 30 US or something like that. Like it's not a full price game, but like that's like a 2 hour, maybe 4 hour game at best. I think that is one of the more interesting stories in my opinion. And like a whole discussion about what it means for the story and all that type of stuff. But like the gameplay is literally just listening to people talk. And it's like, I thought that game was amazing. And I'm like, I don't want this game to be 40 hours, you know? Like if that game was 40 hours, it'd be one of the worst games in existence. One of the best properties of that game is that it's only a 2 hour experience or 4 hours, depending. Like it depends. It depends on players, obviously, but it's not a long game. And I feel like I don't know, it's just so strange to me because I think what bothered me or made me want to talk about this is that I feel like there is a problem with a lot of video game statements where it's just too broad, you know? Like 100-hour games are misguided. I'm like, yeah, but like some of the best-selling games ever are games with literally infinite possibilities. Like, are you telling me that Fortnite, some people are only playing 3 hours of Fortnite? Like, people have hundreds of hours in Fortnite. People have thousands of hours of Counter-Strike and Valorant and League of Legends. Like, I just feel like
because
this statement is it's so weird because like it's such a broad statement for such a very specific problem, and that's AAA games, but not even AAA games. It's AAA single player games, and that which vastly closes the line of what games you're talking about. Because like arguably any multiplayer game, like you and I have played tons of games together, you know, Deadlock, Overwatch, Fortnite, and I assume eventually we're probably I've seen you play Marvel Rivals. We'll talk about that soon, but like, or I'm assuming we're gonna play that again together at some point. Like, arguably, that gameplay loop is like the same gameplay loop, like 1 to 2 hour gameplay loop constantly over and over again. And multiplayer games thrive off of that. I don't know. It's just such an odd statement that it has been weird to me, honestly. And I don't know. It's just it's you know what it is, Alchem? You know what it is? What bother I don't want to say bothered because it's not bothered. What made me think about it so much is that
grinds your gears.
yeah, not even grinds my gears. It's not even the grind my gears thing. It's that I get it because I have so many RPGs in my Steam library that I haven't played yet. And the reason I don't play them is because, well, I want to be able to play them, not necessarily in one setting, but I want to have enough time that are enough weeks or / months to play it consistently so I don't have to start over. You know? And I'm not saying it all in one session, but like it's one of those things where I just think I want it to be, it's one of those things where I get distracted too easily with other games that I stop playing that 90-hour game 20 hours in, and then that causes me to have to restart when I do eventually play it again, and it just repeats, and I never beat it.
Yeah.
I have this problem with New Vegas. I still have never beat... I think I have 100 hours in Fallout New Vegas. I have still never technically beat Fallout New Vegas.
So that's one of the problems with those kind of games. The lengthy, long story games, if they'll grip you to play to completion, you might put it off. And by the time you finally get back to it, you're going to forget the story or forget where you are. And you'll be like, I might as well just start over.
Yeah, and that happens every time. It becomes a
vicious cycle.
Yeah, it's a vicious cycle.
And I'll say this, for those games that you mentioned where people just put in hours and hours and it's just like simple gameplay, like good examples would be Fortnite, would be COD, where
it's arguably
fast. It's really like a few minutes, but there's a grind in the background because you're grinding weapons, you're grinding events, you're grinding I forget what it's called, your
battle pass events,
your pass, your whatever subscription pass or whatever it is. And so you feel that level of progression, even though all you're doing is just playing the same level, the same game, the same style of gameplay over and over and over, but you're enjoying it.
Yeah.
And so you get that nice little. They did a very good combination of the two things. You have the short joy that you get from a very good experience.
Yeah.
Plus you get the long-term progression that you feel like you're accomplishing something, at least in the game.
And with a lot of multiplayer games, it's the fun with friends. Anything can be fun with friends.
And all they need to do, and all some of these games need to do, is just add maybe a little story, and there they go. They hit it. They did the perfect blend.
I mean, when we were playing Borderlands together, the only reason I was enjoying that was because I was playing with you and Kisu and Zeke.
Yeah.
Like, I actually really don't enjoy Borderlands, but, you know, I enjoy it with a group.
I'll be honest with you. Had we played Borderlands 2, I would have enjoyed that one because Borderlands 2 story was awesome and everything.
Oh, yeah, Borderlands 2.
No, actually, we did.
We did play Borderlands 2.
We did.
Yeah.
We just never got to the end.
We didn't get to the end. We didn't get to the end, yeah.
Yeah. But Borderlands 3, I could never finish it because I got so bored of the story. I really got bored of the story.
I mean, I think Borderlands is a good example of a game that I think I'd like it more if it was a 10-hour game. Because one of the reasons I don't like Borderlands is I don't want to play this game for 60 hours because it's just not that fun. And like the only reason I tanked Borderlands 2 is because I wanted to hear Handsome Jack speak to me.
Yeah, honestly, he was a compelling villain, and it made it so good to just want to keep going. The other villains kind of...
But all the other Borderlands games didn't really have that. And it was like, oh, if this game was 10 hours, I think... I mean, it's also showing you that, like, probably out of all the Borderlands games, the one I'm most interested in and playing eventually is the Tales of Borderlands game. The one that's not a Borderlands game.
Oh.
So Yeah, and I mean, like Borderlands 4 is coming eventually, and I honestly, I'm not even gonna be
Oh
playing
yeah, I
it.
forgot
I'm
about
I'm
that.
not even
I forgot.
I'm not playing it. I'm just not interested unless they come out with something that is crazy crazy innovative in the Borderlands franchise. I'm just not interested. You know?
I completely forgot that that exists. I forgot that they were
Yeah.
making that.
I mean, they have to. Like, what else is Gearbox even making?
Damn. I mean, you're
I'm
right, but
seriously like, no, I
damn.
don't even know what other games they've ever made, other than Borderlands.
LA doesn't hold any punches.
I
Can't
don't. I
believe it.
don't. All right.
So
So
cruel.
speaking of holding no punches, I hate Blizzard. By the way, Blizzard is the most scumbag company. So did you know
Oh
what they did
no,
recently?
who would have thought after years and years? Yeah, they discontinued, well, they
They
delisted
delisted Warcraft 1 and 2 from
1 and 2.
GOG.
Yeah.
And it's
So I
so
heard.
sad, man. It's so sad because, so for anyone who doesn't know, Google Games or GOG is an online store comparative to Steam and Battle.net and Epic Games Launcher. They sell a package called the Warcraft 1 and 2 bundle. It's been there basically since I can remember them existing. That bundle has been there. It's like it's 13 US dollars, right? Warcraft 1 and 2 recently got a remake or remaster from Blizzard, and they're now selling that on Battle.net, right? They're also selling the old Warcraft 1 and 2 games on Battle.net as well, but they did introduce one good thing. They reintroduced for many old school PC gamers the Battle Chest, which was a physical bundle that you could buy in stores, and it was Warcraft 1, 2, and 3. They brought that back and it's a digital version, which
That
is really cool. You get all three games plus the remakes and remasters. It's Warcraft 1, 2 original, Warcraft 1, 2 remaster, and Warcraft 3 reforged in a bundle, and it's like 60 US. So you get basically 5 games. You know? Great deal. Individually, Warcraft 1 and 2 on Battle.net cost $8 and $13 Canadian. I'm sorry, I don't know the US. So they're like 10 to $15 US. The bundle on GOG is $13 US, right? The bundle on GOG is a part fan patched version of Warcraft 1 and 2. So for instance, for anyone who doesn't know, Warcraft 1 was made in 1997 or something like that. Warcraft 1 is so old that in order to play multiplayer, you need to attach a phone number for dial-up. And the way you play Warcraft 1 multiplayer now is you use Hamachi because you can fake a phone number. You can like fake a dial-up connection with that, right? The Warcraft 1 fan version doesn't do that. It lets you do it more easily. It actually lets you use the Hamachi stuff so you can do it more easily. And the Warcraft 2 fan one has a bunch of fan patches to help fix some things and makes multiplayer more easier. It has their own like peer-to-peer server thing. The Warcraft 1 and 2 Blizzard originals do not have these features, right? And the remasters, hilariously enough, while not nearly as bad as Reforged, like fundamentally broke some stuff in the Warcraft 2 and 1 games. Funny enough, one of the funniest things, Alchem, is okay. Warcraft 1, they've done some really good things. For instance, Warcraft 1, like I said, it was made in the mid 90s to late 90s. When you in regular RTS games, you can select a unit and then right click to move it, right?
Yeah.
Warcraft 1 doesn't have that. Right click movement wasn't a thing yet. So you have to
Right.
select unit, hit M on your keyboard for a movement command, and then left click. Right? So in the remakes, they made it so you can select a unit and right click, which is great, you know? But the problem is that
Okay.
all the units look really weird because the game, Warcraft 1, like I said, mid 90s. Do you know what wasn't standard at that time, Alchem?
Middle mouse button.
No, aspect ratios. So
Oh yeah,
Warcraft 1
yeah.
was made for a 4:3 display. 4:3 displays don't exist anymore. So they upscaled it to 16:9, which is great. But the problem is they didn't do anything. They just upscaled it. So in Warcraft 1, all the portraits look super weird. They're like a couple pixels off. So like some of them at the very beginning, I think they fixed them now, but some of them were like slightly outside of the portraits. Like, so you know how like there's a square usually in the art for things?
Yeah.
The arts was slightly outside the square because like it's been upscaled but not properly. In Warcraft 2, all the animations for the workers were broken. So in Warcraft 2, there's the two resources are gold and wood. The peasants or peons for the orcs, you have to select a worker and they have to tell them go chop this tree down for wood. And normally there's this thing where the guy has an axe and he's chopping a tree down, right? And it's like a forward motion.
Mm-hmm.
Somehow, Alchem, I don't know how, it's fixed now. I will say it's fixed now. But it was hilarious for like a day. All the workers' animations, the last frame was missing. So like they would start to chop the tree, the axe would hit the tree, and the peon would freak out. It would like the worker would like jump basically in his thing, and it would just like spaz out. It was like the weirdest thing. And so these are the versions of the games that they're selling instead of the originals. And I think the funniest thing though, Alchem, I don't also is that GOG basically gave them the middle finger. They gave everyone a discount code and saying just because they're not sold doesn't mean we won't be supporting them. So truthfully, I bought them on GOG, and I'll be playing Warcraft 1 and 2 at some point on GOG because it's GOG, so it's an offline installer. So they can't stop you from playing it.
Yeah. Once you bought it, that's it. It's yours forever.
Yeah, it's yours forever.
Welcome to this. This is the era I mentioned. Hold on, where's my I need my tinfoil hat. See?
We do need tinfoil hat.
I'm telling you, this is the digital era. They're trying to take away the fact that you own the games.
Yeah.
And GOG is like probably gonna be one of the last few bastions that are just like, no, here you go. The offline installer. There you go. It's yours.
I mean, to be fair, Steam, while still being partly a bad guy, I have never heard of Steam taking a game away from someone.
True, until
the problem
remember,
is
yours until
they say so.
It's only yours. Yeah,
it's until Steam says so.
Remember, there's also said the fact that hey, people have asked that question. What if I wish to pass my collection of games off to my next of kin? Like, here you go, my child.
Yeah, you're not allowed to do that.
You can't.
But that's also because they're not yours. It's a legal problem. Steam actually probably doesn't care, but it's a legal problem.
Yeah.
I bet no one on the Steam team actually cares if you were to do that, but the problem is that you don't technically own it, so they can't legally let you do that because a next of kin will is a legal thing, right? So you have to follow through the laws.
Yep.
Like if you were to I bestow them my password, I don't think they'd actually like it's like if you give them the password to the account, I don't think it matters. It's like you can't say you give them the games because you don't technically own the games. So yeah,
it was never yours to begin with.
Speaking of Steam, we can quickly go on to this one because I assume both you and I can't imagine you and I not agreeing on this, but you saw the new Steam policy, right? Because that was just before you left. It was like a day or two before you left. The new deal.
I saw that. I was like, damn, that is such a good topic.
Yeah.
To talk about.
Yeah, the theme.
I'm glad that's the good guy Steam. Good guy Steam again.
Yeah. So for anyone who doesn't know, Steam has a new policy for DLC and battle passes for developers. This is not a policy for players. I mean, I guess technically it's for players. It's for players, but for the good of players. It's a consumer-friendly policy where basically Steam now requires developers to one, give a firm date of when when content for DLC is being delivered. Two, if it's a battle pass specifically, it must say what's in the battle pass. A brief description. It doesn't have to be in like paragraphs and paragraphs. It's like, hey, weapon skins are in this battle pass, or cosmetics, or new maps, whatever it is. And if it is not delivered at the right time, people can now refund the battle pass or DLC, which is amazing. I honestly can't believe that wasn't already a thing, because you can refund regular DLCs. I'm pretty sure. I thought you could, but I guess technically in the thing, battle passes are slightly different, which is true. They are slightly different, but it is a very friendly, consumer friendly action by Steam. And I think the funniest thing is reading the the fine print of it. I don't know if you saw this, Alchem, but if so, developers are allowed to delay the DLC by, I think, 2 weeks, or it's up to 3 months, right? And if they still don't deliver on it, it is automatically refunded. Like, the refund thing can happen. So, like, and you can only do it once, though. It's really funny. It's very specific. I think it's just a great policy, honestly. And it kind of sucks that it has to be, like, this has to be a thing, because, like, I just wish we could live in a world where a developer says, "Hey, we're going to release this at this time," and it just happens. But, we don't live in that world.
Yeah.
And I'm not even saying this in, like, to say, "Hey, developers, get better at time management." It's just like some things go wrong, and I get that.
Life
but
happens,
Yeah, some stuff doesn't work out the way it works. But we are talking about specifically DLCs and, like, battle pass content. So, like, I feel like if you are so unorganized and disorganized, or I feel mean saying this word, but delusional to think as a developer that you give an unrealistic release date for a battle pass update or a DLC update, there's got to be some problems happening. Like, your game's already made. This shouldn't be a problem, Like, I can understand some games have problems like this, but that's only because the game didn't do well, and they're getting shut down, so obviously that's a problem. So yeah,
some DLC are based on the prospect that their game actually will sell well, and
and that's a problem
when it doesn't. But that's on the developer for making that bet.
Yeah, that is, and it's not on. And I'm glad that you're finally going to be able to refund undelivered content, which is great, which is really good. Another reason it should have been a thing already, but to be fair, considering it's good to have in writing, It's good to have official policy, so Steam, when something happens, Steam can just point to this and say, "Did you read this? Do you know this is the thing?" They're allowed to refund it if you don't deliver. And I hope this just means that because you know what, honestly, I'm not on the camp of where I'm against battle passes and stuff. I understand that that's where the market is, but I hope this means that not every single game is going to have a battle pass now, because now that there's actually policies against stuff like this, so it's like, okay, now not every game needs a battle pass, because Steam will actually fight you, or not necessarily fight you, but Steam will actually make you uphold what you're doing, I
think Steam is one of the biggest ones in terms of, like, a platform for game platform. I don't know what to call it.
I mean, for PC, it is the platform.
Yeah.
If you're thinking of platforms like Xbox and PlayStation and Switch and Nintendo.
Yeah.
Like,
I was gonna say like a hub.
Yeah, I would say Steam is a pretty good hub too. Yeah. I mean, there's a lot of people who get news.
The hub when it comes to not console but PC games.
Yeah.
Yeah. If you can only play, you either play ball with them or just be like, "Hey, Epic, do you want our game?" And no one will play it because no one. Like,
yeah,
I honestly feel like most people don't play any of the games that come out on Epic, except for, like, stuff that is exclusively theirs.
Literally, the only thing that I've never bought anything on Epic. All the games on Epic are either free to play, like Fortnite, or I've gotten them off the free monthly game things. Other than that, I've never bought anything on Epic, you know? Why are you looking like that? Are you shocked? Did I say something shocking?
Yeah, I was like, I can't believe you never buy anything off Epic.
Oh,
Not even once?
no, I've never bought anything.
One time.
Nope.
One game.
Nope.
Wow.
I've never the skin
Imagine my shock.
the skins in Fortnite also Alchem were gifts. I haven't even bought V-Bucks. Like I've literally never spent any money on Epic in any way. But that's also because I hate Epic. I hate the Epic Games launcher. I hate the Epic Store.
Uh, you know, same.
Not because
I
the reason I hate it isn't because I don't like I'm not like a Steam loyalist. I want Steam to have competition, honestly. But I just think the problem is that I want Steam to have competition for like the good reasons of it's just a good service. Like I want the Steam Epic Game Store to be like just a competitive service. But the only way they can get people on there is to offer free games. And I just wish they just sold a better service. But not really. My biggest thing is that they didn't have a cart for an online shop for like months. They do now, obviously, but like you couldn't buy multiple things on the store because they didn't have a cart in an online store. It boggles my mind sometimes.
games are this big. You can't just expect the cart to do all that.
I know, right? Well, Alchem,
Oh,
I've delayed it as much
at
as
least
possible.
Steam being good guy. Steam being good guy this time.
Yeah, Steam being good guy. To be fair, Steam being good guy most of the time. There are very few stories where Steam's the bad guy.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah.
before I start making you depressed, let's talk about something happy. How have you been enjoying Marvel Rivals? Because I'm going to say it, Alchem. Marvel Rivals is the best Overwatch 1 clone I've ever played.
Oh man, I will admit that it is like
It is exactly what I wanted Overwatch 2 to be
damn.
in every single way.
Damn. You heard of this game called Overwatch? It's trying to be Marvel Rivals. I can't
Yeah,
believe it.
I know, right?
Can you believe it came out like years and years ago before Marvel Rivals,
I know,
and yet
right?
it's still trying to be Marvel Rivals?
Well, here's the thing. Marvel Rivals is trying to be a game that doesn't exist anymore, and that's called Overwatch 1.
Yeah.
Because it's not trying to be
And
Overwatch 2, because it's a good game. Overwatch, yeah,
worked.
Marvel Rivals is trying to be a good game, not Overwatch 2.
Yep.
Like it's just
honestly
so refreshing
yeah
to play a game like it and just like
it's
I'm like, man, this is so nice. I don't have to wait 20 years for a queue.
there is the one aspect too. You have like it is so easy because you don't need to make a new character. You literally just introduce a character from Marvel.
Oh yeah, there's so many characters.
You can introduce an obscure character like Cloak and Dagger.
No one knew
who the fuck Cloak and Dagger was.
No one knows who Squirrel Girl is. What are you talking about?
I know who Squirrel Girl is.
Yeah, that's because you're a Marvel nerd though.
Yeah, I'm a Marvel nerd, so I was like, yeah, I know who Squirrel Girl
Honestly,
is.
I want them to do,
all of them are.
I want them to. I actually want them to have like descriptions of characters because I don't know who any of these characters are. I'll be real.
I literally see people say, "Oh look, it's purple female Genji." That is fucking Psylocke. Get it right. Put some respect on that name.
It's purple. It's Femji. Have you not heard her real name, Femji?
Oh my god! I keep
Femji.
Yeah, I keep seeing her.
But personally, I really enjoy. Personally,
I Thanos, she be Doom. Wait, sorry. No talking with chat. Sorry, that hurt me. Just that.
I mean, hey, look, Alchem, Alchem. I just really like there's Green Diva in the game, okay?
Yeah,
Green Diva. I literally call them Diva and Mini Diva. I literally don't even say Hulk.
Yeah, I know.
I don't even say Hulk.
People were talking to me about when I played it on stream the first time. I've been playing it for a while secretly, but I was like, I haven't played every character, and they're like, "Have you tried Hulk? It's basically Diva." I'm like, that is Hulk. That is turning back the banner. Don't call it Diva.
No, it's Diva and Mini Diva.
It hurts my brain.
I mean, Squirrel Girl's Junkrat, basically.
Yeah, actually, I immediately put two and two together once I
Yeah.
started to play Squirrel Girl. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, bouncing bombs. Yeah, that's Junkrat. I like her mobility though.
Oh
Her
no,
jump
she's
ability is
honestly
really good.
she's one of the
Yeah.
more fun characters that in terms of
Mm-hmm.
DPS, I really enjoy her, honestly.
Yeah. I've enjoyed her. The only characters that are so annoying to me so far right now is Iron Man.
Yeah, he's kind of annoying.
Iron Fist. Iron Fist is, oh
Dude,
my
Iron
god.
Fist, I don't understand Iron Fist. He
His,
dives in,
his
kills
super
someone.
easy mode.
I just don't understand how he survives so easy. I'm like, what the heck? How are you
He's
doing this?
literally super easy mode because all his ability, his main attack has a kind of lock-in dash move.
Yeah.
So you kind of just dash towards someone and just start wailing on them by holding R. You have your little dash kick, which you can use to get in, get out kind of situation.
Yeah.
And then he even has a heal ability.
Yeah. I mean, like, to be fair, I would say he is definitely what he feels like is similar to Psylocke / Fem Genji, of where they both dominate in this right now or in regular matches because people just don't focus targets right now. People are kind of just like all over the place.
They really
like
don't.
It's just like Genji in Overwatch. Genji in Overwatch dominates in low tiers, and then as soon as you get to higher tiers, everyone just two taps him and he dies. Like,
yeah.
so it's it's one of those things where it's also one of the things where like once the player base gets like once the floor is higher a little bit, and to be fair, I think it's also people getting used to the third person aspect of this game because it's so much harder to flank and stuff like that in this game because everyone can just see so much more, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And like the aiming is definitely a little bit more lax, but not like it's not like bad, but it's just like I would say it's a lot easier to aim. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he may be freaking adorable, but fuck Jeff.
Jeff is my favorite character, and I play Jeff all the time.
Oh my god!
The amount of times where I ult 4 people and just throw them off the map, it's hilarious.
Yeah, that's why I started to master characters that have jump abilities or flight abilities. But dude, he has so much sustainability. Yep. He literally has a passive where he just takes less damage.
Well, to be fair, that's because his entire hitbox is a headshot.
That too.
He is literally a headshot. He is literally only headshots if you shoot him.
Yeah.
So like that's why
he already has the dive ability, so he's basically like already healing. He's already healing, and he takes less damage while in doing that. Plus, he already can heal himself with his bubbles and move faster. So,
he does have a low amount of HP in total, to be fair. Like he dies very fast. If you manage to like actually get him, like he dies in 3 hits.
Don't offend him. Me and playing this Rocket, I'm literally getting my ass annihilated. Because one, you target the healers, and most players, especially those who know what they're doing, they see me, they see little Rocket Raccoon, and they just take me out. I have nothing but my machine gun, my booster, which I can only use twice.
And my dash boost. You got some survivability.
And then after that, the only thing I have is like my BRB, which is just a free respawn point for 1 death for 1 character, and usually someone dies within a few seconds because death time.
It's still really good though. Yeah. That's still really good.
Yeah. It is. And his special is just powering. I basically am status buff.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, the respawn thing also gives armor. It gives armor packs.
That too, it does. It does drop armor, but most people are learning.
Yeah,
take those out immediately.
It's like one of my favorite tanks to play is oh god, I don't know her name. It's the spider mech.
Penny.
Yeah. And Penny Parker. The amount of time. Okay, wait. You're a Marvel nerd. Is Penny Parker Peter Parker in a different universe?
Yes, it's Penny Parker from an alternate universe
where Peter Parker is a girl.
She's using this. Yeah.
Okay.
And instead of it being where she has where she's bit by a spider or anything, she's piloting a mech, which, if I'm not mistaken, is controlled by a spider.
Yeah, she does. She does talk about the spider. So.
Yeah.
Okay.
It gets a lot darker with her Venom story, but yeah.
Oh, okay. But people just ignore the mines. Like their amount of times they just
don't bother with
they just run at me and die. I'm like, guys, do you not see my web minefield here? Like, you know there's mines
I see
here.
the mines.
Like, you know there's mines here.
Also, yeah, her other ability, the one where she just has that weird little robot thing that just plants a web with those mines that
no, that's what I'm talking about.
Oh, that's the one? Yeah.
Yeah.
That
well,
one,
because
I after playing with her and seeing no one looks at him, no one bothers
no one shoots
with him,
it.
I became more aware of them myself. So I'm just like, oh, I see one, shoot it.
Well, because it
also,
you,
it's
do you know
it
doesn't just shoot mines. Do you know that?
Mm-hmm. Yeah. No. What else does it do?
It heals you.
Boost people.
It heals you.
Oh yeah.
It heals you.
I thought that was the normal web.
No. All web. All web.
Oh.
All web heals you, and it also,
heal.
but the specifically the minefield, the one you place down, also when you're at full health gives you extra health if it overheals you if there's nothing to heal. It gives you
I've been playing it wrong a little.
Yeah. Well, no, basically what I do, unfortunately, I haven't really figured out how to play her attacking as well, but like as a defense hero, when you're defending or on the control points, I just say, you're never coming here. I'm holding this position forever, and if you want to walk into me, and it also hides your mines. Like the mines that you place down become hidden from the enemy. There are many times where a Wolverine has thought he has got me, and he walks in and just gets instigated because I have 5 mines, and he just walked on them and he dies. And it's just like she and Venom are my 2 favorite played in terms of tanks.
I've been enjoying this game so much because of the diversity of gameplay and style from each character. Even if there's like, even if 2 characters play in mildly similar fashion, they still have so many different abilities and perks that make them vastly different from their counterpart.
Yeah.
Like Spider-Man and Venom. They do have the web swinging thing, but Spider-Man is made for more agility. Yeah. He's made to web swing more times, and he's made to be more of a melee than he is a long range. Even though he does have some long range abilities, which lets you finish off a fight. Venom is more mid range because his tentacles like stick out and hit stuff. He does have the web crawl, the web swing, but it's just one time. It's high mobility, and then afterwards you can even just dive bomb into a group of people.
Oh yeah, I mean that's what it's like usually made for. I feel like it's made to swing in, dive bomb, do as much damage as you can, tank a bit, is like make them focus you, and then when your web swing, like, then your web swing is off cooldown, you web swing out.
Yep.
In the perfect world,
jump out. If things get dicey, use your armor. Then when you're finally clear, just dive out.
Yep.
And hopefully some heals were coming your way. Hopefully Jeff is doing his job and not just trying to get the biggest kill.
No, I am literally AFK under the ground waiting for my ult. You can't make me heal.
I just remembered Cloak and Dagger players.
Cloak and Dagger.
Dagger players.
Yeah, I was supposed to say, what do you mean Cloak? Players. You mean Dagger players.
No, they do not play Cloak at all. They do not try to heal. They just...
I literally played a game today, Alchem, where there's a Cloak and Dagger player. I was the tank as Penny Parker. We had 4 DPS and 1 healer, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
The DPS were constantly complaining about heals, right? Constantly complaining about heals.
Mm-hmm.
And then I think the biggest shocker to me is one of the DPS said, "I'll change to heal." And I was like, holy crap, a DPS changed to healer. This is like the weirdest game I've ever played. Secondly, at the end of the game, the DPS that switched to healer had more healing than the Cloak and Dagger. Like just overall.
Of course, because
it's and it wasn't even amount. It was like double the amount too. It was like double the amount. It was insane.
So every time I ever see a Cloak and Dagger, I'm just like, we're not getting healed. I hope to God someone switches to one of the other healers because that Cloak and Dagger is never.
Jeff actually does an insane amount of healing. Jeff does.
Yeah, he does. I think he has the highest.
In serious note, overall. I actually don't use the ult a lot because I'm just too busy healing people. But I'm also a healer. So, I mean, I played Mercy.
hilariously, your ult also heals.
It does.
If you
Yeah.
swallow up a friend, it
does
heals them.
Yeah, it does heal them.
Problem is, if you swallow up a friend and then you want to throw the enemies that you caught in there, you're gonna throw that friend too.
Yeah, yeah. Honestly, the funniest thing about that ult is that I didn't know it swallowed allies at first. So I accidentally swallowed allies so many times in the first couple games I played with him, and it was very funny.
It either until I got swallowed. And I was like,
Yeah.
"What the hell?
Yeah.
They don't have an enemy, Jeff." And then I realized, "Oh, I'm healing. I'm not dying."
Yeah,
which is awesome.
well, I mean, you can also voluntarily leave. I'm pretty sure. Or
Yeah,
maybe
I think so.
I think you can spit yourself out. If I remember correctly, you can like jump out technically if you're an ally of the Jeff.
Oh,
but
try that out then.
I actually don't know. I actually don't know. The problem is that I actually don't go for that. Like most of the time, you're not going for the allied chomp anyway. You want the enemy chomp because you want to throw them off the map.
Yeah, you definitely want. Also, with so many, I'm understanding now why some Jeff players do this, because I was confused at first because I saw some Jeff players when they get a bunch of people in the it's Jeff move, they just jump off a cliff.
Oh yeah, they just jump off. They just
off.
kill themselves because like it's better, especially depending on the heroes, because some heroes can climb walls, some heroes can fly, and some heroes can like do jasses and stuff. It's better just to guarantee the 4 kills. If you grab 3 or more, like honestly, if you grab 3 or more, there's a good argument just to kill yourself in game.
Yeah, yeah, I saw that. I'm like, because this one Jeff killer, I'm thinking, what am I thinking? Creepypasta stuff. This one Jeff player grabbed us, and this was like one of my first few games, so it confused the hell out of me. But then I saw him throw people, and I saw instantly all of our flyers just go back to safety while I fell to my death because I think I was brewed at the time.
Yeah.
Like, oh, that makes sense now. Now I get it.
So
I've been
it's a great game. Have you seen? Okay,
Where's Deadpool?
That is definitely. You know what I really want? I want Deadpool to be a support. That'd be so funny.
Yeah. I mean, they literally have.
Honestly, okay, no. This is
references to the movie.
No, Alchem. This is the best thing. I want there to be a Deadpool. I want there to be a Deadpool, but in every role. Deadpool for tank, Deadpool for DPS, and Deadpool for healer, but it's the same character. It's the same character, and it's Deadpool in 3 different roles, and he just has 1 different move or something like that.
I was gonna say, why not just make it where it's like Deadpool? What's it called? What's her name?
I don't know. I don't know any of the Deadpools other than Deadpool.
Yeah, I was gonna say they could just add some characters from the Deadpool core. And just
I mean, I think one of the best things about Marvel Rivals is that there are so many characters that they can grab, and I hope. Okay, here's I don't know. I actually don't know if you're gonna agree with me or not. But do you want them to add roll queue?
No, I don't. No.
See, I agree with that. I do not want them to add any kind of roll queue at all. No roll queue.
No, it needs to stay it works the way it is right now. It really does work.
Because there's a lot of people that are desperately asking for roll queue. First of all, they're all Overwatch players, and I think everyone is forgetting.
Don't listen to them.
I think everyone who wants roll queue, I don't know why I can't say those words, is forgetting how amazing it is to click find match and not have to wait 5 minutes.
Yeah,
like it's amazing.
I literally hit match and match found.
To be fair, it is launch day, so like I doubt. But even if we say okay, hit find match, wait 40 seconds to a minute, right? If you add roll queue, that gets quadrupled to like 4 to 5 minutes at best, I would say.
Nobody want to wait 5 minutes for a match.
Yeah.
No.
And like honestly, I'm totally fine. The only thing I would say is I want them to add that's from Overwatch 2, is I want them to add the passive healing passive that they added. Because if you aren't guaranteed to have 2 healers, sometimes when you survive a fight, there's only 1 healer. There's not a lot of healing. No, okay, so the way the Overwatch 2 passive works is if you haven't been in combat for 5 seconds, you do a percentage heal over time based on the total maximum health, right? So for instance, at a 650 HP target, you heal like 40 HP a second, and for 250, you heal 15 HP a second. And it averages out to 5 seconds to full heal a tank, and 3 seconds to full heal a DPS. But you have to be out of combat for 5 seconds, which doesn't sound like a long time, but 5 seconds out of combat is a long time in these types of games, especially with how chaotic some of them can be. So I feel like they should add that to just everyone. They can play around the numbers. I'm not saying like it's a perfect number system. I'm just saying I think the out of combat healing passive should be added, because if you're not guaranteed 2 healers, sometimes it does feel like you're low health a lot. When you're just, or like you're running around trying to find a health pack. I've had those moments where I'm a tank and I'm like, I can't find a health pack, and the healers are busy, and the one healer is busy, and it's not necessarily the healer's. It's not the healer's fault, and it's not my fault. It's just like there isn't enough healing, and if you don't want to add Roku, I think you should add that, because a lot of characters do have self-sustain, but like it's circumstantial self-sustain, you know. Like, and which you shouldn't, and I don't think you should add like in combat healing, but I think if you haven't been in fighting for 5 seconds, you start to heal. Because I do feel, especially because I want them to go the no rule queue and just go nuts with it. If everything's overpowered, nothing's overpowered. You know, go the Dota route. If Jeff is bonkers crazy, it's true. Jeff is crazy strong. But like, I mean, we just talked about it. Iron Fist just one-shots you. If he wants you dead, you're dead. You know? Like if the Black Widow is crazy aim god, you're dead. If the Venom can play, if the Venom knows his cooldowns, you'll never kill him. If the Spider-Man is really good at weaving, good luck hitting him. If the Psylocke catches you off guard and knows how to properly combo, you're dead. Like, I think it's great that even though there are things that can be personally more frustrating depending on the type of player, but other than Jeff's ult, I haven't seen everyone like agree on what's overpowered, you know? Because even the Jeff players understand, like, I'm a Jeff player, that ult's a little dumb. It's a little dumb. Like, I feel like
you just reminded.
Yeah, but it's just one of those things where I'm totally cool. Like, I hope when this game a couple weeks from now or a couple months ago, Alchem, and if we're still talking about it, I hope it's because they added cool new characters and we're having lots of fun.
Same.
And
I really do.
We're like, dude, I want if they add, let's say they add a character every 6 months. I hope every 6 months we have a podcast where we talk about how stupid broken this new character is. But not because it's bad balance, but because every single character in this game is broken. Like, it's fundamentally unbalanced. But if every character is fundamentally unbalanced, then it's kind of balanced.
And it's fine. Yeah, it's kind of balanced because everyone finds a way.
Yeah.
People find a way to play around the characters, even if they're broken.
It's like Psylocke.
People need to.
People need to what?
Sorry, go ahead.
No, go ahead. I've talked a lot.
I was gonna say, people just need to be aware of characters. Like,
yeah, I think the biggest thing is map awareness.
I played as Punisher, and all I did was stand just outside of the defense point, and all I did was just shoot them like a goddamn at a carnival game.
Yep.
All I did was shoot, get in my turret, do even more damage. No one bothered me. Do my ult, do more damage, and at the end of that match, I had 55 eliminations.
Oh yeah, okay. So I was about to send I'm gonna send you a screenshot, Alchem. This is my very first game of Marvel Rivals when this game came out. I played the Punisher. This is the very first game that I had. Let me just send this screenshot.
I feel like
it's so funny.
Nothing. Yeah, no, that was literally I feel like
I went 37-0.
You have all these characters with ridiculous, phenomenal powers, and they can't match up to the guy with the gun.
You know what the funny thing is, Alchem? The reason I got those 37 kills is, and I wasn't even using my gun. I was in turret mode, and they just didn't attack me. I
They
was
don't
literally just
attack
sitting
you.
there and just killing them all, and they just never shot back at me. I would literally, I killed one guy 4 times off respawn, and he just never looked in my direction after I killed him 3 more times. I'm like,
And they have a death
I'm
kill
so
camera, so you can see
confused.
what's happening.
And I promise it wasn't bots. They were real people.
Yeah, no, they're not bots, because a bot would have eventually started to shoot at you.
Mhm.
So
I was
like,
so
what
confused.
Yeah.
Like, I think once some map awareness and hero awareness happens, some character, like, I feel like Psylocke, like Wolverine, like the characters that are like assassin characters are gonna become one of those characters where, like, oh, they're either gonna dominate or they're gonna go in and get one shot and die,
Yeah.
or like CC'd.
So far I haven't seen a character that feels like either too overpowering or too underwhelming. I mean, granted, I have not played as Adam Warlock or Namor. I haven't touched those two
Adam
yet.
Warlock, I
really
thought
didn't touch.
I thought he was pretty fun. I've played all the supports so far, and so far the one that I like the least is Mantis, but that's also because she's the biggest. She's the most aim reliant as well. If you can, if you just are good at aim, if you're a DPS player and you're good at aim, play Mantis if you have to play support, because you'll just kill everyone.
Gotcha.
Because the way her healing works is that she can give heals, but she has like a limited amount of supply of heals. She has like leaf things.
Oh.
If you get a headshot, and a leaf is instantly restored, so you can heal more.
Oh.
So if you're just but you also, but also you can spend one of those leaf things for healing to damage boost yourself or an ally. So if you're constantly popping off headshots, you can damage boost the entire team and yourself while still healing. If you can if your aim is up to snuff and you can keep gaining your resource back. She in the closed beta, when they did the closed beta, she had the highest win rate, because if players are good with her, she just dominates with healing and damage. But if you can't hit the headshot, she doesn't have great heals, you know? But Adam Warlock, honestly, I also think that they did Resurrection really well for Adam Warlock, because his ult is a Mercy ult from Overwatch 1, but it's very close range, and it's a channel where you can die, and when you do res, you're invincible for like 1 second, but you're not at full health. So like, you're still very vulnerable if you get rezzed and you aren't immediately healed. Which can happen, but like in a hectic fight, that's not always guaranteed. And Adam Warlock himself is very vulnerable when he's ulting. Very vulnerable.
Yeah, he is.
And it's also it's very close range too, so.
I just saw some news from Dexerto about Marvel Rivals.
Yeah.
Apparently, according to them, Jeff the Landshark is already being labeled as the most toxic character in Marvel Rivals.
He is. Yeah, I saw that too.
And that demon, despite being the cutest hero in the game.
He is the cutest hero of the game, to be fair. Have you seen...
Yeah, he is.
One of the more cool things, too, is not just the outfits, the character interactions with Jeff are so fun. Have you seen Squirrel Girls and Jeff? Squirrel Girl just like full-on fangirls. She full-on fangirls for Jeff.
Holy
it's
crap.
so
Everyone just enjoys Jeff. Even though he is one of the... Oh my god,
he's so annoying.
His attack thing is just a rocket launcher. It's
literally a rocket launcher. It's hilarious.
It's just,
the reason I played Jeff is because you don't need to be good at aim. Do you also know that Jeff's his healing spray has unlimited range? Yeah. There is no range limit to his healing spray.
I learned that earlier. I was playing on the stream and I was like, how far can this go? Goes back to the edge of the room, hits the other side of the wall.
Yeah.
And then I'm playing and it's reaching as far as I could see.
Yeah, it literally has unlimited range. I have healed Venoms going full deep, because I had high ground, and I'm like, I can just heal you from here. This is insane.
Yeah.
To be fair, you do have to reload. You do have to reload, and
it doesn't decrease.
Yeah, there's no fall off.
There's no fall off. There's no. I mean, hell, there's no fall off healing, but yeah.
There's a lot of fall off damage. To be fair,
Yeah,
But
there is,
to be
but
and
not
also
all
the like the
healing.
one limiting factor is that it does have to be like all the healing in the game basically has to be reloaded. Like
True.
there are
Yeah.
no characters that have like infinite nonstop healing like a mercy staff. So
Mm-hmm.
like at some point healing stops, which is honestly most of the time like it's like, oh, as soon as I am out of healing, this guy's gonna die. Like he's gonna die instantly.
Yeah, time to death is really really quick in this game.
Well, it's also
Like
because like
just
it depends on the like it's either really quick because people are
yeah.
properly targeting, or like there's this
Mhm.
one, or like a Psylocke is just not dying because everyone's refusing to kill them.
Yeah, that that's like the other time. Maybe either it's Psylocke
I mean,
or for my
yeah.
in my case it's either Storms or
Oh my
Iron
god,
Man's because no one looks up.
good storms and good Iron Mans are so dangerous. Yeah, because not only can they be good, but no one looks up, so no one's attacking them.
Yep. I have to like I have to put the notice or the tag
The
to be
ping,
like, guys up there.
yeah.
Yeah, I have to ping them, and then finally people are like, oh, that's what's killing us. Or like they all finally start to notice them once I get hit with an Iron Man ult.
Oh yeah, I've
It's,
gotten some nasty
oh,
Iron
dude,
Man ults when I played Iron Man.
I gotta try this one time because I saw that Captain America's shield can reflect so much.
Oh yeah,
You can even reflect ults.
it can reflect everything, any projectile in the game.
Yep, it's so cool.
It's like
I
Genji
gotta definitely
reflect.
try that
It
later.
can reflect
Mm-hmm.
anything. Yeah.
I just gotta try it
Have
later.
you seen? Speaking of like the brawl queue and stuff like that, have you seen the ranked mode?
I honestly haven't touched it. What's it all about?
So, the ranked mode, in my opinion, is very interesting because it's the same ranked mode. It's the same as the gameplay, but
Mhm.
when you get to Diamond 2 and above, every single person in the game has one ban. One has one hero ban.
Oh,
But
oh,
Diamond 1 and below, it's just regular, it's just ranked. But when you get to Diamond 2,
hmm.
every player is allowed one hero ban, which I think is
Oh,
really interesting. Because I do agree,
yeah.
if you're not going to have role lock, you need to be able to ban heroes. And it's the one thing that's always frustrated me about Overwatch is that so many of the problems that happened would have been solved if you could just ban one hero. Because all the problems that people talk about Overwatch balance and stuff like that has always been because of Overwatch League or the top 500 or high ranks, which just
Hmm.
doesn't exist for the majority of players. So you get all these
No, and
weird balance patches that don't make any sense
this
for the
is
majority of the player base,
that's
but which would
that's
solve,
honestly genius.
yeah, which would solve a lot with hero bans.
Mm-hmm.
Because the majority, like, I think the biggest thing for me is the biggest example is is Genji and Psylocke, or like for me it's Genji in Overwatch, Psylocke in this game, or something like Wolverine and Iron Fist and Spider-Man, because all those characters I think are gonna dominate low tier play, but as soon as people get good and learn some coordination and teamwork and just learn to aim, all those characters, unless you're like a really really good one, are going to start getting dumpstered because people just start focusing you. And like Psylocke is a little more extreme because she's basically Genji. So like as soon as people realize, oh, we need to focus the Genji, like she's just dead. She does have a little more survivability, to be fair, and she's got her own quirks. But like, what?
Called Genji.
No, her name's Femji.
I'm good.
Femji. Look, I watched. I don't know if you know the content creator slash streamer Eski. She
I've heard of him, yeah.
she loves Psylocke, like
Ah.
unreasonable amounts. She bought the skin. Psylocke has a skin where it shows off the butt. She bought it immediately. That's like the best selling skin in the game so far.
What's not to like? Psychic Ninja.
It's true.
Really cool.
It's true. A lot of people are getting categorized. You like purple purple girls that have issues.
Hmm.
Am I wrong, Alchem? Don't
Oh,
look at me like that. Am I wrong? I actually don't know
no.
Psylocke, so I actually don't. I could be wrong, and I don't know. I assume she has issues.
She's a mutant, so yes.
That's true.
'Cause I mean,
That's true.
like it's X-Men. They all have issues.
Oh, you know what the funny thing is, Alchem? I didn't even know she was an
You didn't
X-Men.
know that she's from X-Men? Yeah,
I mean,
she's
I
not an
think.
X-Men, but she's from that universe,
Yeah, I was gonna
or
say.
she's at least from that story.
I think I've seen her once or twice. The problem is, like, I'm very detached from Marvel properties.
They're
Very
gonna show up
detached.
so many obscure. They're gonna bring in so many obscure characters.
The
that everyone's
majority
like,
of
"Who
my
the hell is this?"
the majority of my exposure to Marvel is the X-Men movies that I haven't watched in decades. The new Marvel, like the new MCU universe, and Marvel Snap.
Mhm.
That's like most of my Marvel knowledge. Oh, I guess Spider-Man. I know Spider-Man, but I only know the movie Spider-Man. I don't know anything outside of that. I know.
They'll ever bring.
Yeah.
Like I'm thinking if they'll ever bring. I mean, hopefully they start bringing more characters.
Oh yeah.
I'm pretty sure Daredevil's probably going to be shoot in there. He's a shoehorn to go in there,
Yeah.
so it's a Fantastic Four.
Yeah.
I'm just wondering, will they ever bring any like obscure heroes that come in? Like, I mean, well, Iron Fist is kind of one.
I mean, they've already
Iron
brought in
Fist,
some obscure people. To be fair.
Jeff, like
I
yeah,
mean, Jeff.
the
No one
Jeff
knows
the
who.
Land
No one
Shark.
knows who Jeff is.
Yeah, Jeff the Land Shark was not even mentioned at all. I love that
Squirrel
some people
Girl.
in my chat is like, yeah, Squirrel Girl is definitely another unknown.
Yeah.
I'm just thinking, will they bring in? They bring in like, well, they're probably going to bring in iconic villains more too.
Yeah.
There's probably going to bring in Thanos, probably.
Thanos has got to be a tank. He's got to be a tank.
I would love it if they bring in Doc Ock or any of the other like
Oh yeah, some of the Spider-Man villains.
rogue galleries. Yeah. Oh, that would be so good.
That'd be cool.
I would love that.
I'm also interested in like what version they're going to be coming out with, because like there's so many versions of all these characters.
Exactly. So it's just like which one?
I
This
also
version,
wonder.
that variant?
I wonder if they're gonna have like different versions of the same characters. Like, are we gonna have different Spider-Mans in the game? Because there's like four.
I mean, they have introduced
definitely.
all these different versions.
To be fair, technically they already have, because Penny Parker exists. So,
yeah, Penny Parker and Spider Zero is in this story,
yeah.
which is just part of this game, and I'm like, okay, that's interesting.
Yeah.
They kind of are introducing that the Spider-Verse is real in this one, or at least is they're aware of the Spider-Verse.
Aware of the Spider-Verse. I wonder if they're gonna add the pig.
Oh.
That
Oh my
the
God,
pig
no.
Spider-Man. I'd be down.
Yeah.
I'd be down for
Spider
the pig.
Pork or whatever.
I want Spider
Porker.
Peter Porker. I want him to be a tank.
God.
It's the best.
Let's see.
That's the funniest.
There's way too many things. I know the Fantastic Four is definitely going to show up.
They're going to show up at some point. More of the X-Men probably too. What's the guy with What's the guy with the visor that shoots lasers? He's probably
Cyclops. He would.
He's definitely going to be in there.
Yep.
Let me think.
I mean, if they want females, there's so many girls that they can use. There's already Jean Grey. There's like, I'm thinking X-Men right now, but there's Jean Grey. There's Rogue. Storm is already in the game.
Yeah, I'm surprised Rogue isn't. Honestly, Rogue is one of the characters I do know about. But that's also because people really like her butt as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who is the Phoenix girl from X?
Oh, that's Jean Grey.
Is that Jean Grey?
Jean Grey, but when she gets consumed by the Phoenix Force.
Okay, I didn't actually know what her name was. Let's see. What about? Okay, yeah. I'm just like, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
It just for me shows that, man, Blizzard really dropped the ball, because this game is literally Overwatch 1. You know, it's just Overwatch 1 with a lot of better decisions. I really hope they bring in the healing passive. I want them to so desperately. I don't want them to add roll queue or anything like that, or even like the minimum queue, like minimum 1, maximum 3 thing. Like, no, I don't want that. Keep the open queue, keep it whatever you want, but I think every character needs the out of combat healing passive, because sometimes there are many times where I'm spending 20 seconds just like I don't know where the health packs are. And it's not even like map it's like it's not even map knowledge. It's like sometimes it's like I just feel like a healing passive is needed.
They're in weird places.
Well, it's not just they're in weird
Like,
places,
what?
is that it's like, hey guys, like this goes against you guys wanting no rolls, or like you wanting infinite possibilities, because when there isn't two healers, it really does feel like there isn't enough healing outside of combat. Because in combat, there's a ton of healing because a lot of characters have self-sustainable abilities, or at least some way to gain something back. Like technically Venom doesn't have healing, but he has that shield he does, right? And like
Yeah, exactly.
Hulk obviously has Hulk, and like there are a lot of ways to gain back health or gain some form of protection. But like once the fight ends, the healer has to heal everyone back to full, and it just feels really off.
Yeah, it does.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you can really tell the difference. You can have a team of 5 attackers, and they can be decent, but it doesn't matter. If the other team has at least one healer, they can outlast them.
Yeah, they can
definitely outlast them. And
I mean,
I've been on the receiving end where we got dominated of 6 attackers, and then 6 attack, or maybe 5 attackers, 1 tank. Yeah. And then I'm like, this ain't working. I swapped to a rocket, and I started dropping heals, dropping all this, and being supportive, and it's night and day.
Yeah.
The difference is night and day.
I mean, I do agree that probably the best team comp still is 2-2-2, but I still want there to be the like 1-4-1 isn't necessarily that bad, you know. I've had a lot of 2-3-1s. 2 tanks, 3 damage, and 1 healer, which is a nightmare without which is one of the reasons why I think there needs to be the healing passive, because I've been that 1 tank that isn't getting healed outside of combat, because I'm like, I'm at 10 health after this combat, and I have to go back to spawn basically, or find a health back, because this 1 healer doesn't have enough healing for both of us. So yeah, I am really excited about this game. I hope it keeps going. Yeah, it's just one of those games where I'm like, man, I'm just enjoying it. It reminds me of Overwatch 1 in all the best ways, and it reminds me of what I wanted Overwatch 2 to be. So, and they're already making good decisions as well, because like I don't know. I mean, Overwatch still doesn't have hero bans, and they really should have hero bans. And
I think it was genius to put hero bans in competitive only. Once you start reaching a certain level of competitive.
Oh yeah, I think it's great, because honestly, hero bans only really matter once you get really good. Because like for instance, I think the example that I'm gonna give is, okay, when I played a lot of League of Legends, I played a lot of ranked, right? There is one character I permabanned, and that is Yasuo. He is not a good character in any circumstance, even when he was kind of good. When I played, he wasn't good, but I hated him so much that no matter what, I banned him. And that is just a personal ban. Like, honestly, I was wasting my ban, but I just didn't want Yasuo in my game for my teammates or my enemy. Because whenever Yasuo was on my team, he fed. So it's like one of those things where like lower tier players, because I'm a lower tier league player, I'm like, I was never that good. The bans don't matter. Like, the bans aren't that big of a deal, honestly, unless something is blatantly overpowered, which in League, to be fair, could be true. But in this game, everything's crazy powerful, so I don't think it'll be a problem. It's just like in Deadlock. In Deadlock, I hope eventually there'll be a ban system. Deadlock's super early development, though, so like, I don't see that happening anytime soon. But yeah, this game is a breath of fresh air in my opinion, and it's also funny that a 6v6 PvP hero shooter is dominating right now, and Concord was shut down.
And oh my god, what the?
It was because Concord wasn't a good.
I
It's
just
like it was boring in every way. Like the characters were boring, the
also the
gameplay
art
was
style.
boring, the art style was
The art
boring.
style.
Everything was boring about that game.
I will say this: the art style for this game is actually really, really good.
Oh no, the art, like, to be fair, I'm sure the Marvel license is helping, but like, just even like, okay, I think I'm a good example for this actually because I don't know a lot of these characters, right? But like,
Yeah.
Penny Parker looked crazy cool when I was like, oh my god, she's got like a mech. I was like, damn, she's got a mech. Like Squirrel Girl is like the furry community is going nuts about this game. I don't know if you've seen it, Alchem, but Twitter
I'm like,
exploded.
where have you been?
Twitter
Where
exploded.
Also, she's not like, well, she's supposed to be like very dorky and very like.
Have you seen the
like,
furry community? That's exactly what they want. A dorky,
yeah,
thick. She's a dorky. She's a
want
dorky,
quirky,
thick. She's a quirky, thick squirrel girl. Come on now,
yeah,
okay.
quirky.
Have you seen the
thick
tail?
Squirrel girl.
The tail gets
Yeah,
bigger,
the
and every art fan art I see, the tail and thighs get bigger and bigger.
I've not been watching this stuff, so I don't know.
I honestly I haven't either, but the problem is that a lot of the VTuber artists really like her because a lot the VTuber community also really likes this game as well. So
yeah, I mean it's fun.
It's
it's
fun.
a fun game.
It's a great
What's not
game.
to like?
So
I've been enjoying. Also, oh, one
Sure.
thing we haven't even scratched, we have
Yeah.
not even talked about, which I think is genius.
okay,
Like a little hidden extra is the
Oh,
partner system.
yeah, the team up abilities. You're right. You're right.
The team up abilities.
team up abilities
was
is
such
so
a good
smart.
idea.
Yeah. Honestly,
And
I
here
think
I am.
it's very underutilized right now because the players like as everyone.
Oh,
I just don't know
Oh,
a lot of the team up abilities, but like
as when I play as Punisher, or when I play with anyone with Punisher or but I forget Bucky Barnes. I forget Winter Soldier. Um,
Oh yeah,
and
the infinite ammo.
If I'm playing as the infinite, oh my god, the infinite ammo is so good.
Yeah.
I just never let go of the trigger, and then when I'm done, if I'm playing as Punisher, never
Yeah.
let go of the trigger, and if I'm still alive and I've killed quite a few people, just get on my turret,
Yeah.
drop down, just lay down the punishment, and by then, hell, the Rocket Raccoon knows what they're doing. He's just like, oh, here you go, refresh on your infinite ammo. And
It's crazy.
It's awesome.
It's crazy good. It also
I still need to learn
I'm
what some of the
slightly
others do.
curious if they can if one of the reasons the team up abilities that even exist is so people can play tank because some of the team up abilities for tanks are crazy. Like
Yeah,
some of
they
the,
are.
the-
They are
you get
insane.
so tanky with some of the team. Like I think Hulk gets an extra 150 health or something like that with one of his team up abilities. Like he's such a big dude. How can you kill through all of his health?
I've seen so many awesome abilities that they have, and
Yeah.
when they are underutilized, but when
They
they're
are definitely
used, oh
underutilized.
man, they are beautiful.
I think one of the more interesting things is I'm going to be like for the high level competitive scene of this game. I'm curious if like with the hero bans, I'm curious if people are going to be banning heroes simply because the team up abilities are too good. Like you ban like which partner you ban of which team up ability because I feel like the team up abilities are going to be some of like the high tier combo breakers. It's like wombo combos in Overwatch, but like to the 11, you know, like cranked out to 11 because some of like it's like you said, Punisher is a pretty good hero, but Punisher's problem is that he has ammo and he has to reload. So if you're playing Rocket and Punisher, well now he doesn't have to reload, and now you just have a gun that has literally no recoil that can just beam everyone.
Exactly. And that's why
But
it's so
if
cool.
if you're in a high tier and you ban Rocket, well then Punisher isn't that good. I would say like he's
Yeah.
probably still pretty good, but like he's
still very effective.
he's effective, but he's not as
infinite
effective.
ammo.
So like I
Yeah.
wonder if that's how like the bans are gonna work. Like you're banning team up abilities. I think that'd be pretty cool. I also kind of hope that they don't release a new DPS hero for a while because there's so many DPS heroes compared to the tanks and supports. Like wow. I hope they release a couple more supports and tanks because man, there's a lot of DPS heroes.
Yeah, there's a lot of I think they're called duelists, but whatever.
They're
There's a lot of
duelists.
attack heroes
There's a
and
lot
very
of
few
damage
support.
heroes. So I hope
I'm looking
they
forward to it.
yeah, I hope they add a couple more support and tank heroes.
So and then we could talk about it and bitch about it and say which ones are good, which ones are bad, and which ones are annoying.
Yeah, yeah. So,
Anyway.
as a closing story, Alchem, we get to talk about the topic that I was telling you at the very beginning. About how we're about to make you sad. First of all, I hate Ubisoft, just like how I hate Blizzard. Second of all, you and I played this game, I'm pretty sure. X Defiant is no more. X Defiant is donezo. Yeah, X Defiant is donezo. Their Call of Duty killer is dead. Who would have thought?
Oh, yeah, yeah.
That game is being shut down in January, which is unfortunate.
Yeah,
you can no longer download it. They laid off like almost 400 people, shutting down 2 of the studios. And 2 days after they shut down they announced that they're sunsetting X Defiant because it's technically still playable right now if you own it or if you have the game installed. It's playable until like January or something like that.
Yeah.
So the higher ups at Ubisoft are apparently in talks with Tencent right now with a buyout in question.
But Ubisoft or the game?
For Ubisoft. So Tencent might be doing a buyout for Ubisoft. But the reason it's in consideration and being like what's the word I'm looking for? Like in discussions is because the Guillemot family, which is the people who created Ubisoft, they own 51% of the public shares, and they've always owned it, and they are very adamant on owning Ubisoft and being in control of Ubisoft, even though they're a public company. And obviously, if Tencent buys out Ubisoft, that they wouldn't be in control. So they're reportedly talking about a structure change so Tencent can buy them out or buy out enough for matter, because Tencent, for people who don't know, already owns 10% of Ubisoft shares. They're the second, other than the Guillemot family, who owns 51%. They are the second largest shareholder in Ubisoft.
I was gonna be like, it's the joke of Tencent literally owns everything, because Tencent, gaming wise,
Tencent has a hand in every pie. People don't know they have a hand in every single pie.
Yeah, if you are not aware of Tencent, you will in the next couple of years, because they are slowly making moves to get their hands on everything.
I mean,
and
I don't even know. I don't even know if it's slowly. I mean, like,
no, at this point,
they literally own. They're in every pie, basically. The only pie they are not in is Steam at this point, basically.
Yep.
Because Steam is a private corporation.
This is,
I think the one of the more hilarious,
showing their hand.
Yeah, one of the more hilarious things, Alchem, is I think I talked to you about how terrible the Ubisoft stock is right now. When this report came out, their stock went up. Like, literally, the Ubisoft not owning Ubisoft made their stock more valuable, which is hilarious to me.
God,
like,
what does that say about
that? Says something about your company. So, Alchem,
when your own people think,
when your shareholders, when your shares go up in value, when there's a report saying you don't own it anymore, that's something. So that is,
it does suck.
Yeah. I mean, Ubisoft is just they're like, okay, serious question, Alchem. The last Ubisoft game you enjoyed, what was it?
Wow.
The last Ubisoft game you enjoyed. I know my answer.
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, my answer is Assassin's Creed Black Flag. Like, that long ago. Like, I haven't really enjoyed Assassin's Creed games since then. Arguably, I enjoyed, I think it was the one in Egypt a little bit. I didn't play that one too much, though, because by then I was kind of done with it. But, like, the next year's Assassin's Creed game has been delayed. Star Wars Outlaws was a failure. And Rainbow Six Siege, people constantly complained about that game. And Far Cry, I mean, the new game is in the works, but Far Cry 6 definitely felt like Far Cry fatigue, you know? Like, I think Far Cry 5, it was already kind of fatigued because there hasn't been anything really new done. Wait, no. Is Far Cry 6... Far Cry 6 is the one that hasn't been out yet. It's Far Cry 5 that's the newest one, right? I don't even know at this point.
Yeah.
They're all the same game, that's the problem. And
Sure.
Skull and Bones is an embarrassment. Like, it's literally an embarrassment.
I forgot that existed.
And there's another game that everyone always forgets. They released the Avatar game this year as well that everyone forgot about. The Avatar.
That was a thing?
Yeah, it came out and no one cares.
Oh.
That came out this year, I'm pretty sure. Let me just make sure. Avatar,
Yawn.
Ubisoft.
Hey,
yeah, Avatar: Frontiers of Pandora came out. Oh no, sorry, it came out in 2023. See, I didn't even know. I didn't even know.
So you know how much I don't care?
What?
Like I just saw some interesting news since we were talking about it earlier about Fortnite. Apparently, now this isn't this isn't 100% true, but it's from some credible sources. Apparently, they are gonna add Hatsune Miku into it.
That's amazing.
So like, oh,
that's amazing.
Oh, cool.
So
one
Alchem,
of the first, yeah.
That was not my crushing story.
Ubisoft. Oh,
that was
Ubisoft.
not my crushing story.
That
was a setup for the crushing story.
You were setting me up.
That was setting me up because Alchem, it's still about Ubisoft, but you know what Ubisoft still hasn't learned?
Take a hint.
Yeah, definitely. So you remember that NFT game that they released? I don't even remember the name that crashed.
It was okay. I remember you mentioning those three letters, and then I was like, "Who the fuck would still be doing that?" Of course, it's Ubisoft.
So
of course, they're still.
I don't know if you've watched this, but do you know the Netflix series that Ubisoft helped create called Captain Laserhawk?
Yes. I love that one. That was actually good.
I'm so sorry then, Alchem, because they're coming out.
They're making NFTs with
because
Laserhawk
Captain
stuff,
Laserhawk, the game, is coming out, and it's a Web3 based NFT game. Let me give you.
Okay.
Okay. Let me give you the blurb. 1 second.
Did they watch this? They made fun of that shit. Oh my god.
So Captain Laserhawk, the G.A.M.E. It is a Web3 based top-down shooter where you can buy a ID license, which is a NFT. And you can mint these on December 11th, because this is a new game, by the way, Alchem. You can mint these NFTs soon. And it is based on the, oh god, what is it called?
Oh my god.
Let me look at it. No. Eden Online Network, or whatever it's called. And this game
was supposed to be the evil organization. Oh my god.
Yes, the Eden Online.
Joke out of the entire thing.
I don't know if this is real or not. Like, here's the problem, Alchem. From what I know, this is a legit game. Like, I can't tell if this is a joke or not. But like, from what I can tell, this all looks legit, and the problem is that I can't tell that, like, if this is the or like this is the people making fun of NFTs and stuff like that, or this is just Ubisoft being so dumb that they're doing this. And the problem is I can't tell. I actually don't know. Like, I found this, for anyone who doesn't know, and I guess this is kind of a teaser, I found this literally during the pre-show that I was doing. I was searching up the Ubisoft buyout story and accidentally found out about this apparent new Captain Laserhawk crypto game. And I was like, wait, because I typed in Ubisoft NFT game, and this came up, not the other NFT game, which is hilarious, by the way, because the other NFT game is it bombs so hard. I don't even, when I search up Ubisoft NFT game, it doesn't even come up, which is funny on its own end. So, yeah, it's.
Oh my god.
Yeah, Captain Laserhawk, the game, is an online top-down multiplayer shooter developed by Ubisoft, rooted in the universe of Captain Laserhawk, a Blood Dragon.
ID card.
Yep, a Blood Dragon remix, a Netflix series that brings together iconic Ubisoft characters in a dystopian future. Players take hold of roles of citizens of Eden, a totalitarian regime, and have taken over the United States. The game stands out for its intense battle and integrating of Web3 elements through Eden Online. There's gameplay lore. It's a top-down shooter. And the Eden Online Citizen ID card is central to this system. As an NFT, the Central ID card not only grants access to the game, but also records your achievements, seasonal rankings, and unique in-game milestones. As players progress and achieve more, their ID card becomes more powerful, unlocking additional features and giving them greater say in the governance of this game. Oh, they're also doing the whole DAO thing.
Oh my god, they're replicating the show where they oh my god, Ubisoft is literally trying to play the evil corporation that they portrayed in the story. Watch the show. Everyone watching the show. If you haven't watched the show, watch Captain Laserhawk if you have Netflix. It's really, really good. I wish it had another season, but no, I don't think they'll ever they'll continue that.
The problem is that instead of making another season, they decided to make an NFT game.
Yeah, where they're literally doing, from what I'm reading about the perks, it's playing off like it's actually like a membership to this, where you get some rare access to stuff.
Yeah,
apparently you get like special access to stuff IRL.
Yeah, their ID becomes more powerful, unlocking additional features. This could range from voting on new game features, selecting new skins, or even influencing the story direction in future updates. Is the blurb.
Behind the scene content, beta test of the ability to earn in-game currency and rewards, exclusive merchandise. Oh, yeah, stupid. They need to watch. No, they watched it and they realize, hey, you know how they portray this evil corporation that has taken over the world and basically rules the U.S.? It's a corpo
dystopia
government. I forget it is where instead of, you know how you have like democracy, you have dictatorship, you have militocracy. I think it's where the military rules.
Yeah.
But this is where the corporation rules.
Yeah.
Corporatocracy, I think.
Yeah, something like that.
But it's something like that. They're literally like, hey, you know what? That's a pretty neat idea. Let's do that. And oh my God, stop.
Yeah.
I don't think they're doing it to that extent, but from what I'm seeing and reading here, oh God, it looks so stupid.
Yep. The story of Captain,
a giant bastardization of
the story of Captain Laser. So this is the game lore. The story of Captain Laserhawk leads players into a dark dystopia world of Eden, a strict authoritarian state that has replaced the former United States. As a player, you take a role as a citizen with the oppressive society. The game's lore is deeply connected with the Captain Laserhawk. Oh, okay, never mind. It's just a thing. Oh, we're gonna use the game. We're gonna use the show lore and stuff.
We don't even get to play as Captain Laserhawk. We're just some goofy.
No, you're just a random citizen, and it's apparently a top-down. Okay, is it a top-down multiplayer shooter? So it's like a twin stick shooter. It looks like.
I feel like what it's gonna be, it's in the universe before the events have happened of the story. So you'll probably have Rayman still not completely like out of his bubble, still being the iconic host that he is.
Yeah.
And he's probably gonna be the icon of the show, or when you fight, because you're probably in a deathmatch situation or something.
Yeah. Well, I mean, as Ubisoft goes, they're gonna do everything with Rayman except for make a new game for Rayman.
Yeah, no, that
actually no, Alchem. Hey, Alchem, look, you finally got your new Rayman game. He's gonna be a character in Rayman will be probably at some point a character in this NFT game. There you go, your new Rayman game.
No, he's going to be the announcer.
Yeah,
he's literally just going to be
he's
the
literally
announcer.
in the cover.
Up.
He's literally in the cover.
Yeah.
He's
He'll have like a little
he's got his
where he's like
he's got his
microphone.
microphone.
Be a little circle with his image and be like, "Hey, player, are you ready to play this game?" Oh my god.
Yeah, he's literally got his microphone in the game's what's it called, in the game's splash art. So yeah, so that is see, I told you I was gonna hurt you real bad.
Dude, I like Captain Laserhawk. Ubisoft, what the I am trying to hold my tongue here more.
Yeah,
but,
do you want to?
My Lord.
Yeah, you can mint your ID card on December 11th. I found the. I think the best thing about this, Alchem, is the trailer for the game doesn't show anything about the game. It's just about the NFTs.
No,
it's just about the NFTs.
Talks about their program and their ID stuff and nothing else.
Yeah, it's just
some any gameplay.
Random... I mean, I think at the very end it might show gameplay, and like it doesn't. I don't see. I don't see any. Okay, you know what this looks like to me, Alchem? Looking at this. Okay, wait. I'm gonna. I guess I can't really show you this, but because I found the trailer. I found their Twitter, and I found like their pinned message, and it's like their I think it shows at the very end a little bit of the gameplay. So I'll send you the link to their thing, and it looks like Hotline Miami, like a bad version of Hotline Miami, but multiplayer.
Yeah, I mean,
and also I don't like. Okay, so I think I've seen clips and like snippets of Captain Laserhawk. I don't see anything to do with Captain Laserhawk in this gameplay. Like I see literally nothing.
The aesthetic.
It's just the aesthetic. It's just the cyberpunk aesthetic. I don't see anything to do with it.
It's like 80s cyberpunk. That's literally what it's supposed to be.
Alchem.
So
I might.
Oh, this looks so stupid.
Oh wait, I probably can't even try. I'd probably have to make a stupid like wallet account, won't I? See, I want to try all these stupid NFT games because I'm morbidly curious, but I don't want to have a wallet because I'm so against this.
It says mint your Ninja Warrior ID card. Print, price free, supply 10,000, date 11th December. Yeah. Raymond's the announcer. You can even see him.
You can see him. You can see him. Yeah, you can see him. You can see him announcing things. Raymond's the announcer.
My brain. So yeah, this is before the events of actual Captain Lay. Oh wait, no, wait. I forgot. No, none of you are really gonna watch the series. I doubt it. And if you are,
spoilers. If you care about spoilers, look away.
This show has been out for years already, so it's already in the. If it's spoiling you, then too bad. But yeah, this could happen after the events of the show or before, because during the events, Raymond, who was basically America's icon, according by their corporate, he was their mascot and everything.
Yeah.
Eventually, he was starting to look bad in the ratings, especially because of certain incidents where he felt discriminated and he ended up saying stuff he shouldn't have, and they decide to basically give him a time. Like they basically say, "You need a break. You need to go." And low-key, that's basically just means you're gonna fire him soon.
Yeah.
And he just thinks, they can't fire me. Where are they going to find someone like me? I'm Raymond. There's no one else like him, because he's right. There's no one else like him. And then all of a sudden, he looks on TV. His show's going on without him. And on the screen appears him.
Yeah.
They basically they just replicated him like a machine, like AI.
Yeah. They made a robot version.
He gets replaced that way. Yeah. So that's basically that's what I mean. It could be before or after.
It could be the robot version of him.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, I think the biggest
that series. It was so
the
good.
biggest thing about this game is that there are literally no traditional news about this game. It's only crypto sites which, by the way, thank God I have blocking stuff, but like, it's
Oh
only
my
crypto
god.
sites that care about this game. And like, okay,
Yep.
I'm just gonna say it. Like, this is just gonna be released and die, right? Like, I literally didn't know
Yeah,
about
this is
this
not.
game until today, and apparently the big day is like 3 days away, and their Twitter account has 56,000 followers, like, which is a
Yeah,
lot of
no,
people, but
this.
like that's nothing for a video game. For a
Yep.
project that's backed by Ubisoft, apparently. If this is okay, assuming this is actually a serious product and they're not just doing a joke, an expensive joke. Now, I will say, if this is a joke, and like this is gonna be like they're gonna reveal like this is a funny joke, haha, he he. This is like the best joke hidden.
Brilliant.
This is
Yeah.
brilliant because it looks so
Yeah.
legit. It looks so legit in so many ways, and it's just like, man, this is just gonna go out and
We're,
die. Like,
we're assuming Ubisoft would actually be that kind of.
I mean, to be fair, in the
It would
original
be.
Assassin's Creed, the evil corporation was literally Ubisoft headquarters. In the original
Yeah, it was
Assassin's
literally
Creed,
Ubisoft.
it was literally
Yeah.
Ubisoft, and so they've done something like this
They
before.
did.
But the
They
problem
did the same
is,
thing in the series. So yeah.
yeah, the problem is that Ubisoft is not the same Ubisoft. Ubisoft that
Yeah.
made fun of themselves then is not this Ubisoft. So, and the problem is that they're basically the only video game corporation that still kind of cares about NFTs for some reason. So, it's weird, man. It's weird. But now that I've crushed your soul outcome, I think we're going to end it here.
Uh,
Aren't you glad that we're doing the podcast again so I can
uh,
tell you about these
uh,
things? um,
mm,
just before Alchem starts his shoutouts,
yeah.
I was thinking about doing a thing with you, Alchem.
Oh,
Not obviously not next week, but I was wondering if you wanted to do like a top 10 games of the year thing for Two Buds One Podcast. I was wondering if you wanted to do something
sure.
like
That
because like
sounds cool.
an end of
We can
the
do
year
that.
we can I'll figure out some categories and we can do like I'll obviously send you it early so we have some time, but like a almost like our own version of the Game Awards, the Two Buds One Podcast,
Yeah.
the best of this year, and we can do some categories and stuff and figure out rules and stuff. It'll just be us, and then we can do our top 10 games of the year that have been released this year. And like I said, we can talk about it
Sounds good
later.
to
But
me.
yeah, we'll do that at some point. We
Yeah.
might, depending on the scheduling, it might be the first episode of next year or the last episode of this year. We'll see. We'll figure it out.
Sounds good to me.
Why
I
don't
would
you,
actually like that.
yeah, why don't you start your shout outs?
All right. All right, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much for sticking around and enjoying the podcast as me and the Techno Jelly here talked all things gaming and, well, other, well, mostly gaming
It was
stuff.
mostly gaming
I hope
today.
you guys enjoyed. Yeah, mostly gaming until you talked about NFTs. How dare you?
Unfortunately, that was still gaming.
But,
That was still gaming,
but
unfortunately.
it was still gaming, sadly. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed. On my end, my name is Alchem. I'm the little Tanuki on the right side of the screen. So yeah, you saw me as one form, and then I took another form. That's just me. I just normally do that on my own streams. Normally on the podcast, I stay to one thing, but I was just simply checking something out. You can find me on Twitch, where I play a wide variety of different games. Whether I'm playing, for instance, I was playing Mario earlier, or I explore VR chat, or I play a lot of horror games lately. And you can catch me either on Twitch or on YouTube. Sometimes you can see me posting stuff on TikTok and also YouTube Shorts. And if you want to see more stuff where I post random pictures or random funny stuff, is on Twitter, also on Blue Sky. And if you, for those of you who've been watching and enjoying and you want to support my antics over on my side, there's always coffee, there's always Patreon, there's just simply on Twitch where you can just donate or sub or bits or whatever. Those watching on the live podcast, well, thank you guys so much, and you can always catch the edited versions on YouTube over on Jelly's side. And take it away, Jelly.
Hello, everyone. I am the Techno Jelly. If you would like to go and watch, if you've missed anything during the live podcast, you can go to my YouTube channel, youtube.com/the Techno Jelly. The podcast is uploaded shortly after we do it live. If you'd like to support the podcast, I have a Patreon account that you can donate to, and you get access to the before and after scenes of the podcast. Today's before scenes was me finding that NFT game existed, and my mind was blown. It was blown, and I was like, I'm pretty sure I said I can't wait to tell Alchem about this. And if you'd like to follow me on other places, I'd really appreciate if you go to my YouTube channel. We're trying to hit 1,000 subscribers on my YouTube channel. And once we hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be doing a Q&A video with that. If you'd like to check out video essays, I do video essays and news reports now. My latest video essay on Minecraft came out, and it is titled Minecraft Has a Problem. Can you guess what my opinion is? Thank you. I have a Twitch, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Blue Sky, and Threads, all with the same name if you'd like to check me out on those other social medias. Thank you, everyone, for watching today's episode of 2 Buzz 1 Podcast, and we'll see you next time. Goodbye, everyone.
Later, guys.